got a rule in the office that if you're sick, you need to stay home. Otherwise, most likely you're going to get sent home. And pretty much everyone in our office, me included, has been sent home at some point for coming in being sick, because the last thing you want to do is spread it to your friends, your colleagues. Morning walk, episode 54. It's getting on towards the change of seasons here in Sydney. I'm a little bit late getting up, getting out. Been a bit sick over the last week. It usually happens, doesn't it, when this time of year seasons start to change and something like we get whacked with something. I don't know, when was the worst time that you've ever been sick? Let me know. I certainly remember mine. I was cycle touring in Samoa, which is in the South Pacific. Beautiful island, most incredible place I've ever cycle toured. But on the very last day, I had about, not too far, 50 kilometres to ride, 30 miles. And I think the night before I'd been having a few beers at the hostel and just brushed my teeth with the water, which you're not supposed to drink, and ended up being so sick. That next day, I think I rode about 30 kilometres out of 50. And then just literally couldn't ride anymore because I'd been vomiting so much. A little bit gruesome. And ended up having to call a taxi and put my bike in it. So I literally cycled to it all over this island and was unable to finish my mission to cycle tour the two islands because of brushing your teeth. How unfortunate is that? That's super annoying, isn't it? When you get sick. And it always seems to happen at the worst time, doesn't it? Just before, an exam or a trip. Had a good friend of mine fell sick 2 days, seriously sick 2 days before having to fly from Europe back to Australia with two young kids, 3 years old and 1 year old or something like that. It was just absolutely devo. And how often does it happen? Just smacks you in the face at just the worst possible time. And it's kind of funny, right? Because it's just chance, bad luck. But they have found out that, psychology is linked to your health as well. So if you kind of feel positive, you're less likely to get sick. And if you're feeling kind of stressed and anxious, you're more likely to get sick. This could be interesting. We've got Pixie on one side of the pipeline, and that's a scrub turkey the other side of the pipeline. We'll see if she's actually going to see it. That thing is going to end up in a tree. Pixie! Oh yes, you're so hopeless, puppy. You're never going to catch anything. Hopeful dog. Unimpressed scrub turkey. Unfortunately on the tail end of this one, and as in the office yesterday, we've got a rule in the office that if you're sick, you need to stay home. Otherwise, most likely you're going to get sent home. And pretty much everyone in our office, me included, has been sent home at some point for coming in being sick, because the last thing you want to do is spread it to your friends, your colleagues. I had one of the team yesterday say to me, "Should you really be here, Rob?" I was like, it's just kind of the cough left over now. I feel like the worst has passed. But it's good to have people looking out for you, actually. It's kind of nice. So while we're talking about it, I've just had the kind of regular common cold, a bit of a cough. And there's a lot of kind of special remedies for getting better from this kind of thing. People talk a lot about having lots of vitamin C or garlic. And in fact, the only few things that have been shown to be clinically effective against reducing the intensity and duration of a common cold are zinc, number one. Zinc is a building block of your immune system. So if you take a zinc supplement, that can definitely help. And elderberry juice. So here in Australia we have this brand called Sambicol. Has been shown in a clinical study to reduce the intensity and duration of a cold by like 3 days. So coming into winter here in Australia, that's a good thing to remember. 3 days is a lot when you're sick. Otherwise, like the evidence for stuff like vitamin C, echinacea, garlic, just general antioxidants, it's not particularly strong. Multivitamins essentially just give you expensive urine and aren't worth the time. Zinc, elderberry juice. Hope that's helpful. Not much fun. Oh, and keeping a positive attitude. So even when you're feeling grotty and crook, just remember that the world is always a beautiful place. The sun is always coming up. So when you feel positive mental state, body follows the mind. Just like sometimes the mind follows the body. It's funny how that works, isn't it? Whatever you're getting up to today, hope it's a good one. I'll see you next time on the morning walk. Thanks for joining me.